In this example, I want to show you how to create a report. I'm going to use the report wizard to build a report. That's a quick way of being able to come up with the relevant information without a lot of effort. Access has a number of tools. It uses the wizard feature. Now I'm going to build the report from the staff table. So I choose the information down here, staff, and then click OK. When I go into this, the first step of the wizard screen, you can see the name of the tables listed here, and the field names that I'm wanting to use in the data in the report are also listed. Now I'm wanting to be able to have, say, the employee number, the title, their last name, their first name, and maybe the city in which they live. I click on Next, and I go to this screen here. I want to be able to create some grouping options. So what I'm first going to do is to create a grouping option for the city field. I want to be able to group all the employees by the city in which they live. So I choose the field city here, and I click on this button with the greater than sign on it. You can see in the preview window that the field comes up with the, or at least the preview window shows the name of the city, or at least the field name city. I then click on Next. At this stage I want to be able to sort the records into some logical order, so I'm going to sort by last name and first name. I click on Next, and this next step, Access is wanting me to decide how the form's going to look, or the report's going to look. I'm happy with the very basic structure that Access has, so I'm going to click on Next. I'll go back for one step. Notice here the orientation of the page. It's in portrait. If I wanted to change it in landscape, if there was a lot of information to be displayed on the report, I'd click on landscape, but portrait's happy. I'm happy with report at this point. I click on Next. The style that I want to use, I'm going to choose corporate, which is the default style. I click on Next. Now I want to be able to give this report a name, so I'm going to call this staff grouped by city. I click on Finish, and Access will build this report for me automatically. When I go into this screen, you can see the report being viewed. And as I scroll down, you can see the names of the staff are grouped by the city in which they live. There's not a lot of people in this report because there's not a lot of people in this sample database. Now I want to be able to make some modifications, so I'm going to go in the design screen. I click on View. In this screen, I want to be able to make one thing stand out more prominently. I want to be able to have the heading centered on the page. So I click on this label here, I drag the label screen out, and I click on Center. I also want to be able to make sure that the name of the city stands out. So what I'm going to do here is to come down to this city header field and choose the control and apply a boldface. And I'm going to make it 14 point size, and perhaps I want to make the row shaded. So I'm going to choose colour to emphasize that section. You'll notice that the whole section has been shaded here. When I go into the menu, or when I go and view the report again, you can see how the report looks. That section that shows the city names, the names of the city are emphasized with boldface. There's that shading. I've got the information looking like that. If I go back in the design, I've just thought about something here. I don't want to be able to have the name, or at least the label city, showing at the top of the page, so I'm going to delete that label that I've got there. I might also want to be able to modify the information, so I've just decided that I'd like to be able to have the person's first name first and their last name after, following their first name. So I'm just moving the controls in my report. I've rearranged the controls. These things down here are the controls. These things are the labels for my report. The controls are those features in Access that tell or explain to Access where you want the information to be displayed, or at least where you want certain data to be displayed. So if I want to be able to see the person's first name, then I use this first name control to be able to display that information. If I go back in and view my report, you can see here the names have been reorganized. I've got a grouping. The grouping is by the city field. For the moment, that's the end of this demonstration.